In this video, we're going to be talking about kites. So first, a kite is a quadrilateral with exactly two pairs of congruent consecutive sides. And so remember, consecutive, that means right next to each other. So before we were looking at shapes like the parallelogram, rectangle, etc., where the opposite sides were congruent. Here, now we instead have sides that are right next to each other that are congruent. So I see here I have AB is congruent to AD, and then BC is congruent to DC. And so that makes that typical kite shape that we're all used to seeing. And so there are two different theorems that we have about kites that tells us about the measures within them. And that first one is the kite diagonals theorem. And that tells us if a quadrilateral is a kite, then its diagonals are perpendicular. The other theorem that we have about kites is the kite opposite angles theorem. And that tells us if a quadrilateral is a kite, then exactly one pair of opposite angles are congruent. And it has to be this specific pair, so it's going to always be those angles that are between the two sides that are not congruent. So here we see that angle A is congruent to angle C. So it's going to be the ones that also look pretty much the same.